The snow came down like it was trying to bury the town alive. Not the soft, pretty kind either, the heavy, wet, choking kind that blinds your windshield and turns every road into a skating rink. Emergency sirens echoed somewhere in the distance, muffled by the storm, and my truck's wipers struggled to keep up as I crawled down the last stretch of Maple Ridge Road. I'd just come from the hospital. My sister had gone into early labor during the worst snowstorm this town had seen in 20 years, and by the time the doctors finally told me both she and the baby were stable, the city had already declared a full snow emergency. Roads were being shut down. Tow trucks were pulling stranded vehicles. Police scanners were lit up with accidents and calls for help. All I needed was a safe place to park. Just somewhere off the road, somewhere plowed, somewhere I wouldn't get stuck or hit while I tried to walk the rest of the way home. And that's when I saw it. A quiet little HOA neighborhood tucked behind a line of pine trees, Maple Crest Estates. Perfectly plowed driveways. Clean sidewalks. A wide guest parking area completely empty, like a mirage in the middle of the storm. I turned in slowly, relieved. I pulled into the first open spot, put the truck in park, and just sat there for a second, letting my hands unclench from the steering wheel. That's when I heard the screaming. "Hey! You! You can't park there!" I looked up. Marching toward me through the falling snow was a woman in her 50s, wrapped in a fur-lined coat, her blonde bob plastered to her face by melting snowflakes. Her boots crunched angrily as she stomped across the pavement, pointing at my truck like I'd committed a felony. I rolled down my window. "Ma'am, I just need a few minutes." "This is a private HOA neighborhood," she snapped. "You do not live here. Move your vehicle immediately." I gestured at the storm. "There's a citywide snow emergency. The roads are unsafe. I'm just trying to get somewhere I won't block traffic or get hit." "I don't care if the apocalypse is happening," she shot back. "Our HOA rules are very clear. No non-resident parking. You are trespassing." Behind her, a few curtains twitched. Neighbors were peeking out, drawn by the yelling. "Look," I said, keeping my voice calm, "I'll be out of here as soon as the road's clear. I'm not bothering anyone." She stepped closer, snow swirling around us. "If you don't move that truck right now, I will have it towed and fined. I am the HOA president, and I will not let you people turn this place into a shelter." "You people." I took a slow breath. "Ma'am, emergency vehicles are already struggling. If I go back out there, I'll block the road." "That is not my problem," she barked. "Your problems are not the HOA's problems." Just then, headlights appeared behind me. A city ambulance crept down the road, sliding slightly as it approached. Karen planted herself directly in front of my truck. "Do not move," she warned. "You are not allowed here." The ambulance honked. I leaned out my window. "Ma'am, you're blocking emergency access." She turned and waved dismissively at it. "They can go around." The ambulance couldn't. The road was too narrow, snowbanks piled high on both sides. The paramedic leaned out and yelled, "We have a patient. We need to get through." Karen crossed her arms. "Not until he leaves." That's when I realized something important. This wasn't about parking. This was about control. I pulled out my phone and quietly started recording. "Ma'am," I said, loud and clear, "you are preventing emergency services from passing through during a declared snow emergency. That's illegal." She laughed. "I know the mayor personally. Nothing is going to happen to me." Famous last words. She pulled out her phone and dialed. "Hello? HOA security? There's a trespasser blocking our street. I want him towed immediately." Snowflakes melted on my screen as I kept filming. Within minutes, a security SUV slid into the neighborhood. A young guard stepped out, looking confused as he took in the ambulance, the storm, and Karen yelling. "That's him," she shrieked. "Remove his vehicle." The guard hesitated. "Ma'am, there's a snow emergency." "I don't care," she screamed. This is private property. The paramedic shouted again, "We need to get through now." Karen ignored him. "I made one call." "Mayor Reynolds?" I said when he answered. "This is Daniel Wright. I'm stuck in Maple Crest Estates. An HOA president is blocking an ambulance during a snow emergency." There was a pause. Then, "Send me your location." 10 minutes later, blue and red lights cut through the white chaos. Police cruisers. City trucks. A black SUV with city plates. The mayor stepped out, coat pulled tight, snow collecting on his shoulders. Karen's face drained of color. "What is going on here?" he demanded. She stammered. "I'm Mayor Reynolds. I was just enforcing HOA rules." "By blocking an ambulance," he shot back. He turned to the paramedic. "Are you being delayed?" "Yes, sir." The mayor pulled out a folded document. Under Emergency Order 14B, all HOA restrictions are suspended during declared snow emergencies. This street is under city control. Karen's mouth opened and closed like a fish. "You," the mayor continued, pointing at her, "have just interfered with emergency services. That carries a fine and possible charges." The police stepped forward. I didn't know," she whimpered. "Yes, you did," I said quietly. "You just didn't care." Snowplows roared to life, clearing the road. The ambulance passed through, lights flashing. Karen stood there, surrounded by flashing lights and watching neighbors, her power gone. As I parked safely, I realized something. HOA rules mean nothing when real lives are on the line. And that night, Karen learned it the hard way. Snowflake fire.